So it's actually possible for you to start your building project in this year 2025 and finish it before the year runs out. Now, when I say this to most people, their first reaction is, I don't have the money, I don't have the budget, I don't have maybe 50 million naira, 100 million naira to build a house. But there's something I always say to people like that. I tell them that there's nobody that wants to build a house that is worth 300 million naira or 400 million naira, that has 300 million or 400 million lying in the bank. There's nobody that wants to build a house that is worth $50,000, that has $50,000 lying in the bank. People make budgets and they plan themselves before they start the project. So if you plan yourself well and plan to execute the project, then you can start from somewhere. You know, how people build is, from my experience, from what I have seen, is they start the project, maybe they have 5 million naira they put in it and it takes it to somewhere. They have another 2 million naira they put inside the project and it takes it to somewhere. And that is how they go small until the building project is finally done. If you're waiting until you have like $50,000 or $100,000 before you start your building project, you might never start it, or you might start it just too late. Now, let me share with you some of the things you will do to kick off your building projects in 2025. Even if you don't finish it, you will have gone at least 70 to 80% before 2025 is over. So first things first, you need to get a land, right? So either it's your ancestral land, that is the land that you inherited from your father, your mother, or your family, or you buy a land from any of these real estate companies and you start the building project. But here's the thing. Let's talk about buying land. You see, some months ago, a man reached out to me and said he wanted to build a house in Lagos. I asked him what area. He said around Lekki, that the land is in Lekki. So I said, what part of Lekki? He said, if you pass Lagos Business School and you go towards that area. With my knowledge of Lagos, the places that he was describing were almost going out of Lagos. So after much inquiry, he said the land is after Lakwe and you go maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And I was like, sir, like where you don't go, that place is no longer Lagos. And so apparently he hasn't seen the land before. He bought the land off a real estate agent, and the real estate agent told him that the land is in Lekki, that just maybe 20 minutes from Lagos Business School. And if you know Lagos very well, from Lagos Business School to Lakwe or to where the land is almost like an hour. And the land is in a place where it's not ready to build yet. Like it's in a place where people are not inhabiting yet. Yes, a lot of people have bought land there. It's actually a developing area with no houses, just future predictions are here. Maybe in the next 3 years or 4 years, this place is going to be the new Lekki in Lagos, or the new Ikoyi. And when I described this to him, he was shocked. And he told me that the real estate agent that sold him the land, or the estate that sold that land to him or marketed it to him, told him that the land is in Lekki. And I asked him, how much did you even pay for the land? And when he told me the amount, I said, sir, even if you have not seen the land, the price you paid for the land and what land cost in Lekki, it can never be the same. So basically, the reason I'm telling you this story is, when you are acquiring your land in Nigeria and you are not here, please ask these two questions. Is the land ready to build, or it's for land banking? These are two different things. If it's a ready-to-build land, it's going to be a bit expensive. You might not even get it for 10 million. It might be lands from maybe 20 million, 25 million naira and above. Now, you see those lands that you see for 3.5 million, 4 million, 1.5. Those lands are in developing areas. If you're buying those kind of lands, you're buying them for land banking. You are not buying them to build, except you alone want to go and live in a bush and be at the mercy of Sons of Anarchy. So the reason I'm explaining this issue of land is, of course, it looks like it's an obvious thing. You must get a land before you build a house. But you can get the wrong land, and that will hinder the process of building, and it will drag you back maybe a few years or a few months or whatever. So remember, two very important questions you should ask. Is it a ready-to-build land, or is it for land banking? If it's for land banking, know that even if you build a house there, you might not be able to stay. But if it's ready to build, then the land is in a place where people are already inhabiting or existing there, and you can buy and put a structure that when you go there, you can live there. Then this one I'm about to tell you now is very, very, very important. Now, having acquired a land, be it the one you bought or an ancestral land, the next thing you will do is this. You will need to do an architectural drawing of the kind of house or the property you want. Now, countless times, people reach out to us on this channel, and when they call me, mostly, they will just be like, I want to know how much it will cost me to build a 5-bedroom duplex. I want to know how much it will cost me to build a 1-bedroom bungalow. While that question is legit, it's a bit vague, right? Because the cost of building a 5-bedroom duplex in Lagos and the cost of building a 5-bedroom duplex in, let's say, Port Harcourt might just be different. And also the location of the place or the land differs, right? So there are some places that your land will be located. Tippers and trailers will not be able to enter there and come to the land and drop materials. So when the tippers or the trailers come, they will offload the materials on the road. So laborers will have to convey those materials from the road, into where the land is, and this will affect the budget of the building, right? So if I'm building the same house for person A, and that person's land is good, the road is good, trailers or tippers can just go straight to the land and offload the materials, that cost, that extra 20,000 or 30,000 or even 100,000 that it will cost to bring the materials from the road, that's the laborers to convey the materials from the road after the tipper brings the materials to the site, will be eliminated from the budget. Now, this might sound small. Imagine if the tipper comes 10 times and drop materials on the road and you have to pay 50,000 naira 10 times. That is a lot of money. So there's a project we are doing in Asaba. This very scenario came to play. So one day the trailer brought tiles to the site and the trailer could not pass to the house or to the site to go and offload the tiles because it rained and the road was so bad. So we had to look for laborers to come and offload the materials to the site. And believe you me, we had to pay extra 200,000 naira even after we've paid the trailer to bring the tiles from where they were bringing it. We had to pay extra 200,000 naira for laborers to offload those materials from the truck to the site. And you see how extra 200 naira had come into the budget there. So if somebody else is building that same house, the price might not be the same. It might be more, it might be less, depending on your situation. So even if you are not ready to build a house yet, reach out to architects or reach out to people like us, the building phase here. One of the first things I will usually ask people is, do you have a sample of the kind of house you want to build? Now, most of you will come and say, that house we saw on your channel, we want you to use that same plan for our own land. But we can't do that because the size of that land and the size of your own land will be different. So what we usually tell you is pick a design. If you want one of the designs that we've done already, no problem. We will go ahead and do an architectural drawing for you. Now, once the architectural drawing is done, we will then do what is called a bill of quantity. And the bill of quantity basically is how much it will cost you to build the house that you want to build. So once you've gotten the building plan and you've gotten the bill of quantity, then you will now know that, okay, this duplex that I've chosen to build will cost me $70,000 or $100,000 or 50 million or 70 million naira. Then I will now have to start planning myself now towards achieving this goal, right? Now, one of the reasons why you have to do a bill of quantity is because it will keep you on track on how much you are supposed to spend. For instance, maybe the year starts out, cement is maybe 7,000 naira or 9,000 naira, and the bill of quantity says, okay, to build the carcass of this house will cost you maybe 50 million naira. You know that, okay, even if you want to start in the middle of the year and inflation has gone up, the bill might just be maybe 10 million naira more or 5 million naira more. But the point is, you now have a fair idea of how much it will cost you to build the house. Now, for us, the way we do our BOQ, we try to break the BOQ into stages, right? So that it will be easy for those of us that want to build small. So we can do from foundation to DPC, DPC to first decking to second decking, depending on the house and all of that. Now, if you follow this bill of quantity of ours carefully, you realize that even if you have 5 million, you can put it and we can take the house to a particular stage and you rest. Look for another money again. If you have another 10 million, you call us, we'll still put it into the next stage and all of that. And trust me, we have come to develop a system where we help people build their houses small, because we know that the hustle is not easy on the street. To make money is not easy. So people need roofs over their head. And one of the reasons why this page exists is to make sure that you can build small and you finish it. For instance, what I'm showing you right now is a BOQ that we just finished for a client of ours. Now you can see here that the foundation stage of this house will cost 10,939,500 naira. And you can also see a breakdown of the labor cost there, which is 1,830,000 naira. Meaning about 12 million naira should be able to raise this house from foundation. So imagine the owner of this house doesn't have all the money, but the person has like maybe 12 million naira. And the person calls and say, hey engineer, you guys should take this money and do the foundation stage. We'll take the money and we'll achieve the foundation stage. We'll wait. When more money comes, we go to the next stage. Because they've come to realize that building small is actually possible and is not as tedious as they thought it would be. So brothers and sisters, that is how you start building small, right? And trust me, mostly for those of you that make money in hard currency, building in Nigeria right now is actually very cheap. Remember that popular saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And the next best time to plant a tree is now. If you start planting that tree now, before the end of 2025, you'll be grateful you did. My name is Kingsley. On behalf of the building phase, thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions or you want to make any inquiries or whatever, our numbers are showing on the screen right now. Send us a message on WhatsApp or give us a call, and any time of the day we are readily available to attend to you. I'll catch you again in the next one.